Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and today I'll be talking about the best assault build for both Operations and Siege Mode patch 9.0 Space Marine 2. Now this patch, it gave Assault some serious buffs. He is great against both factions now. Chaos and Tyranids crumble before this guy with the proper setup, and we're going to try to show you how to do that today, even in Hard Siege True Solo, with the Power Fist, because the Power Fist is the single best melee weapon in this game currently. It does stupid damage to Terminus, stupid damage to Majoris and Extremis with its charge attack, and it has a dumb range that lets you punch into Zoanthropes and Neurothropes out of the sky, and also all the melee weapons got buffed, so it's better than ever. And today I'll be taking the Balance variant because this one has a great breakpoint hit with a 15 strength, on top of some pretty good speed and an amazing cleaving potential. And cleaving potential just tells you how many enemies you're able to hit off of like a single attack and actually damage. So say you have like a low cleaving potential and you punch a guy with like a massive charge attack, you might hit like 40 guys, but you only damage like 4 of them off like the set hit limit, and this just increases that, so lets you hit more guys with charge attack and actually damage them. So very valuable for that reason. Now for the perk tree setup here, we take Perpetual Strength into Heavy Preparation. Heavy attack preparation time is reduced by 30%, applies to the following attacks: Thrust Jab, Back Fist, Hammer Hook, Back Fist 2, Thrust Jab 2. This is a super valuable perk and pretty much a mandatory perk on the Power Fist because you're pretty much only charge attacking with this weapon in the first place, so definitely S tier. Then we take Perpetual Strength, and move up to another S tier perk with Focused Intention. When your health is below 30%, you take 50% less health damage while preparing heavy attacks. This stacked with our damage reduction that we'll get into later makes you absurdly tanky on a charge attack, and is part of the reason why the Power Fist is so damn good. You get damage reduction on top of stupid damage. And then we also move over here into Tide of Battle to make our power wave forward distance go from 4 to 8 meters. Now this actually takes it from like 10 to 20. The description's incorrect, so even better than it sounds. And then we also pick up the perk here, Following Blow. Back Fist and Back Fist 2 can be performed instantly after a charge Thrust Jab or Hammer Hook. This is actually helpful for hitting some breakpoints. And then we also pick up the perk down here, Strength of Will. Performing a heavy attack, you take 20% less range damage. It's just more range damage reduction while our actual attack is going on. And then we also pick up Majora's Slayer because damage is damage, and damage is good, and we're using a Power Fist, and this thing hits like a truck. And for our secondary weapon selection, I do take a Plasma Pistol. This one actually got buffed on its rate of fire variant this patch, and now it charges absurdly fast. Really good for getting your CHP back. Also has AoE on its gun strikes and has amazing synergy with the assault class in general. Definitely the top tier pick currently, despite its ammo problems. And for the perk tree, we pretty much just build into all ammo because, unfortunately, like I said, assault does currently have like ammo economy issues, and this is the best way to solve that for now until they add something in for him. But overall, it's still the best pick by far. And for the perk tree setup, I do take Armor Reinforcement first. Non-finisher gun strikes restore 1 armor segment. This perk is incredible. Armor restore off of a non-finisher gun strike, especially in Hard Siege, is top tier for sure. Super tanky as a perk, and also stacks with damage reduction, like our flat damage reduction here for range attacks that we have on both Hammer of Wrath and Scramble targeting, because this will affect our armor as well, so Armor Reinforcement gets even more value from those. Now, alternatively, you could take Overcharge for a 25% damage increase on charged melee attacks. That will let you hit some one-shot breakpoints on the balanced Power Fist here, but overall, I really don't value it as highly as this, especially for Hard Siege, because you just get hit by so much shit in Hard Siege that like you just need the extra armor at times. And Overcharge is nice to have, but I'm not really missing it when I have this. Now, for the next perk I have is Defense Mechanism. Contested health fades 50% more slowly. Now, this is newly reworked from the Retribution perk here. It's just straight ripped from the Bulwark team perk, and it's S tier here, just like it is over there. Well, actually, it's A tier over there. It's S tier on here because it's part of our core perk tree, and is 100% worth giving up your auxiliary arsenal here and your equipment recharge, because this perk just makes the assault class flow so well. It is very hard to actually lose your HP on this class when you play him properly when you have this perk. Super strong, especially in Hard Siege. I would pretty much always take this in Hard Siege, just like Armor Reinforcement here. Now, next perk is Perseverance. While performing charge attacks, you take 25% less health damage, do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back. Now, this stacked with all of our weapon perks and the Power Fist for stuff like Focused Intention or even the perk Strength of Will, our damage reduction gets absurd while charging the Power Fist, which is part of the reason this fist is so damn good on top of its damage, because you're super tanky while charging on top of being super damaging. So S tier perk for sure here. You could take Knowledge of the Enemy, but this doesn't actually hit breakpoints here. You need to have like 5% more, which is kind of funny, but that's just unfortunate. Now for the team perk, I take Strategic Strikes. All squad members deal 20% more melee damage against Extremis and Terminus level enemies. We are punching bosses all the time with our fist. I value this one pretty highly. Now you could also take Proven Efficiency for more gun strike damage if you want to. I decided to take this one today. These are both good options. I think they're pretty replaceable with each other. Now next perk is Hammer Hammer of Wrath. After using your jump pack, you take 30% less range damage, do not lose control upon taking heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 15 seconds. This perk is incredible. You can cycle into this over and over and over with Zealous Blow, because a ground pound kill restores jump pack's charge by 10%. Since we are not taking Precision Strike for the 100% more damage, but reduced radius of 50% on our ground pound, we actually get the full radius of our ground pound while using Hammer of Wrath, and you can just trigger this very easily and punch a bunch of Minors with your landing. And they did make all the ground pound damages the same, so this works the same for pretty much Power Sword, Chain Sword, whatever you want to use. And the 30% less range damage is absurdly good in this game, and a 15-second uptime is incredible. And this will trigger off of both your jump pack and Wings of Flame charges, so really good regardless of what build you want to use on it. Now down here I take Zealous Blow, a ground pound kill restores jump pack's charge by 10%, like I said before. This is just a top tier pick for Siege mode, period. There's so many enemies in Siege mode that sometimes they come out of a portal and you'll just land over and over and over into them. It's especially good now because the ground pound has iframes on the actual landing animation now, so you can like land directly into Sorcerer Shields and stuff like that, Spore Mines. You don't have to care about anything anymore. Very strong for that reason. And that's also why I take the perk up here, Pride and Duty. After a finisher, ground pound deals 25% more damage for 10 seconds. This is the overall most damaging option when it's actually active, and it does activate a lot. It will also refund itself like the 10-second period here, and what I mean by that is if you reapply this, like you re-execute a guy while this is active, it'll reapply. It's not true for most of the perks in this game. For this one, it is. Also true for this perk here. The 15 seconds will reapply if you do another jump pack at any point, so you get the full 15 seconds again. Very useful quality of life thing there. Now down here you could also take Diligence. A fully prepared ground pound deals 20% more damage, but preparation time increases by 25%. This is mainly useful for when you don't have an execute up, but you need to like jump on one guy, but I just prefer this one overall. Now for the Sentry perk, I take Ample Ammunition here. Any use of jump pack reloads the equipped ranged weapon, increases damage by 50% for 10 seconds. Now using your jump pack with Ample Ammunition and a rate of fire plasma pistol, you get like a 50% damage buff to your rate of fire plasma pistol, and this thing charges so damn fast that you get like the full benefit out of it within those 10 seconds. Really good for like jumping in a Terminator's face or even a boss at times and just nuking them. It does pretty stupid damage even without the extra auxiliary arsenal here, and with just like the Prestige perk bonus for 15% from practice aim. Very strong perk, kind of my preferred for now. Now you could also take Commitment because this makes your jump pack dash functional, but I just prefer this one currently with like how he's set up. Now for the Prestige perks, I take Unyielding Oath now. When charging a ground pound, you become invulnerable for 3 seconds, and I skip over Adrenaline Boost for this because we really do not need the no knockback effect anymore because we have it so often with Hammer of Wrath and the Perseverance perk here. So Adrenaline Boost kind of be skipped over, and Unyielding Oath is super good versus Chaos. You're pretty much invincible from like the moment you go up with your jetpack to the moment you land during the entire landing animation as well. You feel super strong with this combination. Unyielding Oath is definitely top tier. I think I kind of undervalued this a little bit last patch, but it's definitely better this patch because of the iframes on landing, so definitely S tier pick now. Next perk I take is Fortitude. Health increases by 15%. Pretty self-explanatory, just a health increase makes you tankier, and tankier is pretty much always amazing in this game. And Scramble Targeting. If you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies, you take 20% less damage from range attacks. So this perk stacked with this perk here off of like one jump pack charge, you're just going to have like a 50% flat range damage reduction like in a giant squad. Pretty incredible combination. That is a super chunky bit of damage reduction. If you have like a heavy on your team with Encompassing Aegis, that's a 75% damage reduction versus range attacks to your armor. You feel absurdly tanky. Very strong combination, which is why I take it here. And the next perk I take is Practice Aim. Range damage increases by 15% because Duelist is not very useful at all. This doesn't really affect your actual starting frame on the Balance Fist here whatsoever. And once you know the parry timings, it doesn't really do much for you whatsoever. And the Practice Aim is just a flat damage increase, which is quite boring, but very useful. So that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. Really, all you have to do is just cycle your Hammer of Wrath here to make sure you have that 30% less range damage active, because that is pretty mandatory versus Chaos to not get nuked. You can see it in like the upper left of your screen underneath your HP bar when it's active, and 15 seconds is a super long uptime. And when you combine this with all your other damage reduction, you are just insanely tanky. And if you do get hit for whatever reason, you get it back pretty easily with the rate of fire plasma pistol and the contested health fade of 50 decay slower, or what the fuck did I just say there? The contested health decay rate rate being 50% slower is very, very helpful on top of everything else. And that really is just the best assault build at the moment, in my opinion. The only thing I might actually change here would be like overcharge for some of the operations, but in siege mode, I do think armor reinforcement is just better, especially when you hit like those later waves, because you really do need the armor at times because it becomes more valuable than HP. And armor in general is just very, very strong in Space Marine 2. And the Power Fist is also just very, very strong. And so is the Assault class. And that is pretty much all I have to say about this build, guys. Time to show you some actual gameplay of this versus both triple Helbrutes and an operation, because I just want to show the full power of the Assault currently, because he is very strong. Oh, alright, you're next. See, playing heavy taught me that a lot. Oh, I get to land on all of them now. Look at this. Oh, I thought they'd kill more, I'm not gonna lie. Can you bring more? It's more for me to land on. This fancy this is so good. The fact that I have the benefit of armor reinforcement on top of all of this is kind of crazy. The power of the balanced fist these days. Armor reinforcement is definitely a must-have perk for pretty much any assault build, in my opinion, at this point. I don't think overcharge is worth it. Mystery, if you're still here, did you see the one guy? The one guy actually respond to your comment that was like very clearly a joke on my Mike Friesman build video, or no, the plasma one. I'm editing, sorry. I found that quite funny. Alright guys, Assault is officially good versus Chaos. We live to see it this year. Not even particularly difficult. Probably get difficult during a boss, but that's like basically every class in this game is difficult versus during the Helbrute boss. But honestly right now, I'd rather be an Assault fighting the Helbrute than a Tactical. It's almost like any class that gets the damage reduction in this game gets pretty strong.
Gifts from the forge.
I just walk through and punch them all.
I am Captain Akaran. Your Ultramarines are late. We are under heavy attack and need reinforcements.
I love my Ultramarines.
We are approaching your
Assault buffs were pretty good, guys.
Make haste.
Remember back in the day when Assault had 12 versus Chaos? It's been so long, I can hardly remember. Hold on, I'm about to get a flashback. We're so back.
Spear carrier awaits our challenge. Avenging angel will expose jump pack refuel. The scarab account for door but Silton.
I almost gained HP fighting the Helbrute. Off a contested health bug with a plasma pistol. Wow, stun lock. That was kind of mean. We put ourselves in an unfortunate spot there, though.
Send Gilliman tribute. Avenging angel. Releasing crack grenade.
For giving him HP, no, it's just a contested health bug with the plasma pistol. Been there since like the launch of the game. Is if you get like an AoE gun strike on multiple enemies when you have CHP, you just get HP back sometimes. Usually not a lot, but
Jump pack refuel. Take flight and let terror fall.
that's fucking hilarious.
The Imperial
The only time we almost died there was like something that would have fucked like 90% of classes in this game. And that's getting Terminator stun locked. So I wouldn't really put that as like a negative on the assault because most classes would die there or get shit on. And we didn't even play it that well. We played the first half really well, but like the second half we fucked up on. Armor reinforcement was just so fucking good. So good.
I am airborne ready.
We had a melt-a-bomb there.
Imperium's justice.
But we couldn't have consecutive execution. If we did have a melt-a-bomb there, it'd be fine. I'll say defense mechanism, kind of mandatory though. That's what lets you get your HP back pretty easily. That plus the rate of fire changes on the plasma pistol are very good. Oh, I did it. Sunlock has been fixed per saber. Kind of fixed. It's better now.
Repel the assault! Let us rid this place of terrorists! Sons of darkness and travel! The Imperium's hammer rises to strike! Avenging angel spoken. I scatter your foul sins. I bring seeds to adamantine and starlight.
Adamantine and ceramite. That's us. We have an adamantine exoskeleton on top of our ceramite armor plating. How do I know that? I'm a fucking nerd. They do the same thing for Gravis armor. And Terminator armor. So it's a little bit more extensive with the exoskeleton. Sam, thank you very much for the super chat. Didn't even say anything. That's very generous. Alright. I don't have to hide like a bitch anymore on this map. It's kind of funny. And we got a sim back. Smooth sailing.
Adequate performance noted, Talassa. I have opened the gates. The cogitations
Any chance of making a video for your tips for the true solo runs? I probably could do that. I don't know how many people are actually interested in soloing this game though.
Talassa is not there to provide.
I usually just do solo runs because I personally enjoy them, and they're also, I feel like they are a good representation of what a build can do, even on its own. Where, in a team you might like, so, like, you know, if something works in true solo, it's definitely going to work in teams. There's no build in this game that doesn't work in true solo. Like, some of them might be ever so slightly easier, but the trade-off of not having teammates is always worse, especially with how powerful team perks are now. Right, slap the button.
Those areas of the facility are compromised due to the volatile nature of the fusion battery.
Have you any runs with watch handsword yet? No, I'm just trying out this. I'll do that next.
Lead it along the tracks to the junction station.
I'm gonna need a boss spawn again up here. Potentially. We'll see.
I have no engine seat, but these tracks seem misaligned.
There are several consoles for managing the tracks nearby. You must perform the appropriate rites of alignment to achieve the desired geometry. Assuming they possess the ability to extrapolate accordingly.
Surely the ultramarine screen that includes for reasoning and spatial awareness.
Considering this plan of theirs, I have my doubts.
The traitor tasted the Imperium's justice.
So once I'm finished with this mission, I'm gonna compare and contrast to the one I did like 2 days ago, 3 days ago now.
Together we
See how much easier it was.
and glory. End that one's miserable life. Try to reinforce the heat. The seed is only extending his back. Let that betray an airborne renewal. Ashes to ashes, rust to rust. I am the righteous storm. Jump pack refuel. Shadow webs of madness. Show them the Emperor.
shit. Thank you for the bits, Grey Wolf. I still think we need perk loadouts. Also, assault should be using guns while in the air. That would be cool. Honestly, the assault. If they bring in the campaign jump pack now, assault's gonna be properly nut. Like, I don't feel bad at all now on Chaos. I kind of want to try other weapons. These two perk combinations are quite strong. Is this the return of Thunderhammer Assault versus
Ravage that helmet.
5,000 stagger him.
Lay the abhorrent spearman to rest.
Your Messiah has blessed you with an abundance of power. Perhaps in the machine god's infinite wisdom, they permit the transgression you're about to commit. Do not speak beyond your ken, engine seer. It does not take a locust to see this act of desperation.
Run over to Locust is one of the higher ranking Adeptus Mechanicus guys. Fun fact. Remember correctly, actually. Bonk.
I scatter your foul silks to the winds.
I'm not afraid of you anymore. The Home Alone reference. Anybody like that movie? Good Christmas film. And it sure feels like Christmas because Assault slaps.
Jump pack refuel. Angel of death. Defend the fusion battery units.
Why there's so many Zangors? Oh, I just summoned more. That's awkward.
Victory goes to the righteous. Defend the fusion battery units.
This was not previously certified assault gameplay, just saying. I can't. So some of them do stagger, some of them don't.
Defend the fusion battery units. Avenging angel to expose them. Defend the fusion battery units.
Perfect, right on ammo now.
Jump pack refuel. Mockery.
Scanners detect enemy reinforcements. Prepare for a challenging fight.
We shall rise to meet any challenge. The Xenos infestation is staring. Angel of death. Carnifex, aim your weapons at the high priority enemy. Jump pack refuel. tyranny. I'm airborne ready. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. Focus on the superior threats, not the inferior ground. Halt those fires! Avenging angel, good soldier. Major threats must be eliminated before moving on to other foes. Xenos light. The world this Xenos sought to conceal. Now, jump pack refuel. Xenos
Priority 3.
We do have our heavy bot, so
I am the righteous sword descendant. Avenge. Priority targets remain active. Terminate.
oh, that damage reduction we have. So the damage reduction you get in this class now is pretty insane. Now we did buy some armor boost that I'll go pick up. I mean, this really is one of the best solo classes now for sure. Kind of hard to die. Ow. You shot that right there. I guess I'll take this relic that I bought earlier. Okay, go down like wave 14.
Is this the good?
Optimal battlefield.
Actually does just body these guys now.
Priority target.
Jump pack refuel. Vile group. Major threats must be eliminated before moving on to other foes.
There we go. Yeah, when you stack a heavy bot on top of all your damage reduction, there's not much these guys can do to you. I mean, you can get chain stun, but we weren't even playing that sweatily there. Like, we could have corner camped a lot more.